Hi, Design and Draw, and welcome back to week 9. So, last week you were able to go and do some little practice assignments and learn about Scratchboard and see some examples. This week you're actually going to start it. So, let's look and see what is on the tables for this week. First off, as always, watch the weekly update. You're doing great. Weekly discussion number 9 is if you could be any animal, what would you be and why? And I expand on that. I want you to give me at least 3 examples why. Okay. So I'm not just a bear because I'm ferocious, which clearly I am, but also I love honey and I love bear hugs, or I love snoozing. Those are just some reasons why I consider myself basically a grizzly bear. True story. I love grizzlies. Okay, so fill out that weekly discussion number 9. The next thing is to watch the animal scratchboard instructions. So I go into details step by step of how to approach your scratchboard. And there are slides attached so that you can look at that. If you need to, you can review the raccoon tutorial because that's where I actually show you using those different tools. But then this week is all dedicated to working on your scratchboard. So this week, by the end of the week, you should be approximately halfway done with your scratchboard, and you will post an image of your scratchboard progress onto the class share. So I'm going to say that one more time. You do not need to be done with your scratchboard this week, but you do need to be about halfway done, because next week you will have that week to work, and then that is when you'll actually turn it in, and we will also do a class critique after next week. Okay, so this week is just getting started, but Scratchboard is a really big project. There's lots of really little details that you should be taking your time with, using those tips, making sure it's really clean, put a Kleenex underneath your hand. And so I want to give you 2 full weeks to work on it. Okay, so on Thursday, you should at least trace and begin scratching. On Friday and Monday, you should be carefully adding texture a little bit each day. And by Tuesday, you should be approximately halfway done if you're making that consistent progress. Make sure you watch those instructions, though. I give you some extra tips and tricks on how to approach it. And then when you're all done, just make sure you do your weekly discussion and your class share. Here is where everything is. As usual, it is in Unit 4 because we are in our Scratchboard, and I've now added the weekly discussion number 9, Scratchboard animal instructions. I'll have the video on here as well, and your class share for week 1 progress, okay? Let me know if you need any help at all. Take your time and make sure it's really neat. Go back and look at the examples if you need to, or go back to your prep work. If something doesn't go well, if you do it and you're like, oh, I shouldn't have done it that way, then email me. I can always put more materials in the lead office for you to come pick up, because I know with Scratchboard you can't go back and erase. So take your time, but if it messes up, don't worry. I have more supplies. I will give them to you. Okay, I hope you have an awesome week, and I cannot wait to see your progress at the end of the week.